Hey everyone, it's been a while. It's been a while. Sorry. I'm in a weird mood today. I felt like making a video for you guys. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. I know some of you support Toyotathon, some of you are Honda Days, maybe Nissan Sign and Drive, but whatever you celebrate, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Um, we're coming up to the new year. 2020 is almost over, but don't let you get into that false sense of security that 2021 is instantly going to hit the reset button. We still have a long way to go, and love each other. That's how we're going to get through this. Be kind to your fellow man. That being said, I am Justin here at Bad at Everything Gaming, and today we're going to have a special treat. Well, special to me. My best friend Stewart is an amazing human being, and he got me a Christmas present. And that Christmas present is a model that is new this year and I think is just gorgeous. Very StarCraft Terran vibes. It's called the Hammerfall Bunker, and I'm not ready to paint it yet because I haven't put it together, but we're going to put it together today. But first, I wanted to show you just a couple things. The first being, I've been painting my Space Marines. Um, we've started with one, and I've actually gotten up to a healthy 7. My favorite effect that I've done so far is on this guy with a smoke grenade. Let's see if I can get it closer and let it focus. Um, it's not going to focus, but the smoke, you can see it goes from a dark purple into a lighter purple with a white dry brush. I really like it. Um, I'd like to maybe touch it up with some highlights later. That's one of the steps that I haven't gotten into is highlighting. But so far, my squad is coming together, and pretty soon, David and Ben up in Tallahassee at Gamescape are in for trouble because the Raven Guard's coming, and you don't know when they strike from the shadows. Uh, but when they do, it's fast and brutal and vicious. Uh, and I'm looking forward to it. I do have a dream list that I'm putting together of 2,000 points because they have 2,000 point armies, and I would hate for them to dumb it down, uh, all the beauty that they've painted, just so they could monkey stomp my little infiltrators, which is what I have so far. I have 3 infiltrators left out of the box. That'll finish out the infiltrators, and then I'll get me a solid 10. Then there's the 3 eliminators, 3 suppressors, and 1 lieutenant, and that's all 17 models out of that box. And I kind of want to finish that before I go on to my next model, which we will be building today. That's the Hammerfall Bunker. Once I get all of that painted, my next purchase, you're free to Google this. Maybe I'll post a picture. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out how to edit in a picture here. Make it pop up right here, maybe. Is the Librarian in Phobos armor. He has a very Jedi feel to him. He's wearing a camo cloak, has it pulled down on his head, and he has what's called a Force sword, which looks like a broadsword, but it's made of energy. Kind of cool looking. And he's actually going to be my commander of my army when I'm done. That's how much I like the model. That being said, how about we crack open this box? The only thing I've done is take the shrink wrap off. Of course, it comes with the instructions, which also has the rules, I think. Yeah. Here's his stat block. So we have an option of which guns we put on. I thought it would have more details on his stat block. Am I missing something? No, just the generic stats here, I guess. Whatever. Let's put it together. So the first step appears to be all 4 legs, which is the pieces we need are F6, F5, F7, and F2. 2 pretty solid sprues. I like it. It's very durable. This thing's gonna be massive, you guys. Like, just massive. I forgot what numbers we said. 5, 6, 7. So here's a 7. We'll go ahead and snippity snip this away. And if you're getting into painting, or I'm helping inspire you to continue painting, let me know what you're painting. Show me pictures. If you're not into painting but want to just play the game with me, I'm more than happy to, we can steal somebody else's models or figure something out. I want to learn. I still need to learn the more intricate details of the game. And I would be happy to learn with somebody. F5. F5. Is that this guy? It is. Wow, this is going to be complicated. Much more complicated than putting together a Space Marine, let me tell you. And after the... well, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but we got the Space Marines first, and then once I get the bunker painted and I get the librarian, my next step is I want a vehicle. And that vehicle is going to be, it's called the Storm Talon Gunship. Kind of looks like a hovercopter with lots of guns. And who doesn't like that? Here's another F7. F6. Basically, so Space Marines usually, from what I've seen in playstyles, are kind of mid-rangey. You're good close, you're good far away, so there's no reason not to be right in the middle. I plan on making mine. The Raven Guard are actually, their special ability is they benefit from cover, even if there's no cover, as long as you're 18 inches away, because they are cloaked in shadows. So I plan on making mine far away with guns, blasting from the shadows, hence the eliminators. Alright, looks like we got a 6, a 7, and a 5. We also need a 2, which is this one. Get it back on camera. And, if you want to hang out and paint with me, you don't... I mean, it doesn't have to be Warhammer that you paint. I'm happy to see, your D&D character. Show it off. Got a cyberpunk Shadowrun character. Let me see. Painting Lord of the Rings minis. Scott, I'm talking to you. Let me see. My friend and coworker, Jose, is an amazing painter. He actually got me some paints over the holidays. And he paints all sorts of minis. He did an amazing Gundam, but he also does minis, and he's been giving me pointers. Showed me how to make a wet palette using a Pyrex dish, some parchment paper, and paper towels. I tried it out once. I really liked it. It made the paint last much longer than my little dinky plastic palettes. And like he was pointing out, you can't really mix paint in these to a right consistency because it's concave. It's all just going to go to the center. So you have to use the centerpiece, and that's not a lot of room. He's very wise. Where is the glue? It's under there. Okay. So, Citadel glue. Haven't used you in a bit. Hopefully you're still viable. I can't imagine why you wouldn't be, though it appears as though it is stuck. And the metal applicator may have gotten glued to the cap lid thing. Hide my phone before scandalous pictures show up. I don't have any scandalous pictures. There's no scandals here. I'm completely innocent until proven otherwise, right? That's how the U.S. justice system works, unless you're rich. And then it's, just pay somebody. I might be cynical. All right. So this one looks like it needs, well, I suppose I can show you guys. So it's showing me that I need some glue here, 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 and on the other side, and then on the gears, and it's going to dink together. So let's get some, just want to look at it before I put any glue on. So this is going to go, let's cap this so I can look at this. So it's kind of going to snap together. And then this goes back here. Yeah. So that's going to be one of the legs. It has feet. But it shan't be defeated. I know you guys hate me. Drop a glue, drop a glue. And a little bit right here. And we're just gonna stick it together. Excuse me. How very rude. I shouldn't cough on my videos. How dare I be human? Alright. Let those dry. There does appear to be some pieces from the sprue stuck on. So that's where you get your X-Acto knife. Just chip those pieces away. And as Scott pointed out, it can always be repurposed into battle damage, should you so choose. And then we add the glue to this back panel. Now, Jose was telling me that he does sub-assembly painting, which is he would visualize how the model's going together, look at the instructions, see what pieces might be better off painting before you put them together. I've heard about that a lot. Like, it's going to be a little difficult to get the brush in here and make sure that all of this is painted. I could have probably done this with sub-assembly and gotten a much more thorough paint job. but I'm not that skilled, so it's not going to matter, and I'm not entering these into any kind of painting competitions. Give me a couple years before I do that. And then I'll just lose. But I'll have fun doing it. It's the best part of losing, having fun doing it. It's the best part of just about anything, having fun doing it. That's one leg. We're going to try something new with this video. I'm going to try some video editing. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. I'm going to put all 4 of these legs together. You don't need to see me do all 4, and then I will be back for the next step. And we're back. Hopefully I've figured out how to use Blender, and I've merged these videos, and that was seamless movie magic. And otherwise, this is the second video, and welcome back. These boots were made for walking, except that's not what they do. These will end up just being 4 stationary womp feet down for the bunker. Some nice details in there, some gears. This assembly will all be painted metal colored. But we need to move on to the next step in the project, which is basically looks like the shell. Piece F1 and F2 are going to come together and slide into the feet. So let us find F1 and F2. They should not be that difficult to find. I think it's this one. F1, sure enough. Clip. This reminds me of my vasectomy. Snip, snip, snip. Just kidding. I don't remember my vasectomy. I was high as a motherfucker. I apologize if you have small children who may have just heard that, but I did mark it not for children. Anybody watching this knows me, so I make terrible jokes. Usually at my own expense. Eep! We're under attack. Side note, while I've got you here, and you're obviously listening to me because you're fascinated with my charm and wit and think I have good ideas. Well, a good idea would be to pick up Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I know it's been getting a lot of bad press. The console versions are pretty justifiably upset. However, I play on PC like a true gamer. PC Master Race and all that. And the story has just been phenomenal. I will admit, within the first, I would say, day or two of playing it, I thought about getting a refund. The controls are a little clunky. It took me a while to get used to. But now I have over 100 hours played into this game. And I've done so many side quests, and I would put it on the level of Skyrim on side quests. I even love, like, you get a notification from the Night City Police Department, assault in progress, and I just turn over and go, well, excuse me, I'm going to be Batman right now. And it's really cool. Has some cool character generation and talent options. I actually got it for Stewart for Christmas, and he's been playing it more than I have. So maybe he can comment about how much he loves it too. I'm almost done with the main storyline, um, but the side story has been so good. So good. Chef's kiss. Mwah! Alright. Let's see. How am I supposed to glue this part? It says up and down these parts and then on the around the bub. I see. Well, isn't that special? It's got some heft to it. I like it. That was probably a terrible idea. Let's re-glue that, since I am a bad person who decided to put weight on it before, letting it dry. Pro tip, don't do that. Other things to check out, Soul by Pixar is on Disney Plus. Really moving. That also has seen some controversy in recent days. But seeing as I am the whitest man known to exist, I will not speak on the controversy regarding persons of color in animated films. But I do understand where they're coming from, and if you would like to learn more? Google away. There's some good argument, I guess. Discussion might be a better word. And educating yourself is always a good thing. Admitting you have a problem is the first step. Also, how about that Twisted Tea video? You're going to be watching this in like 2027, be like, Twisted Tea? Why does he talk about that? Well, assuming that we're in the barren wastelands of the post-2020 world, try and find a computer terminal and look up the Twisted Tea video and watch this guy just get absolutely mollywopped with a Twisted Tea can. It's beautiful. It's also a very nice lesson in, yes, you have freedom of speech. You don't have the freedom from the consequences of that speech. You can't say that. This thing's going to be big. Okay. I don't want it to fall yet. Or ever. But I would like it to stand on its own while it dries. If possible. That brings up a good question. Discussion topic, if you will. If you could learn a foreign language, what would you learn? I have always wanted to learn French. I don't know why. I have no relatives who are French. I have no necessary desire to go to France, but I like the French language. The accent is titillating, if you will. Oui. Russian would be cool. I mean, Anybody who's a polyglot has my approval. I let German just fall away. I took 3 years of it in high school, and I was the vice president of the German club. Nerd alert. Um, of course, my mom is from Germany, and that whole side of the family was born in Germany, but I never really followed up on it. I do remember the first phrase we learned in German 1, which is die Ecke, which means around the corner. I don't know why that was the first phrase we learned. But here we are. One more foot. Anything coming out soon you guys are interested in? Excited about? How about all those new Star Wars shows? I personally just finished binging Mandalorian season 1 and 2. My opinions on that are quite deep and diverse, and I won't delve into them here. But I am a Star Wars fan down to my blood. My midichlorian count is high. God, I'm a nerd. But I enjoyed it. It had some really good stuff, some good throwbacks to previous shows and the expanded universe, and I look forward to what they have coming, and something like 20 more shows. Hopefully we don't get oversaturated. But we'll see. Also, I posed some questions to my friends recently. Who would Tom Hanks play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Who would Joseph Gordon-Levitt play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? We've been discussing who we want to play Doctor Doom, personally. Michael Fassbender is my first choice. Second choice is a name I can't really pronounce. Nikolaj Woso. He was in Game of Thrones. Cousteau, I think, is the other part of that name that I'm missing, but I think he would be a good one. All right, looks like we're getting side panels now. F3 and F4. The F3s will go opposite to each other, and the F4s will go opposite each other. I'm assuming there's a reason. We will check it out together. So, the cool thing, at least to me, I looked more into the stats for this, and while it doesn't move, and it doesn't do what its description in the lore says it does, which is you drop it from space like a drop pod, and it just sits there in the middle of the field, wrecking face. That'd be awesome. That's called deep striking. It doesn't deep strike, which is disappointing. But one thing it does do, its missiles on the top can hit anywhere on the board, which is awesome. Its bolter guns on the side, instead of declaring an attack against a single unit, which one is this? This is F4. I have to figure out the difference between F3 and F4. Instead of just attacking a single unit, it gets to resolve attacks against every legal unit in range. So, hordes of Tyranids coming in from all sides. Each unit gets some tasty, tasty bolters. Okay, so these are the F3s, and these are the F4s. Are they a little bit different in size? There's a single bub here instead of double. Interesting. Okay. So, according to our handy dandy notebook, we just do glue up around the arch. And it's got two little prongs here that it'll slide into. So let's get her done, as Larry the Cable Guy is wont to say. I don't know why I'm quoting Larry the Cable Guy. I detest him. I mean, honestly, I detest anything that is a redneck, y'all. I hate the South. And yet I live here. Okay, so that was an F3, so we need to go opposite and do another one. Also, I find this very relaxing. I hope you guys have a hobby that you similarly find peaceful. You find some mindfulness. Painting and building of these has been, I don't know, good for me, I think. I enjoy a good puzzle. I enjoy art. Tell me about your hobbies below. But really, do that. I would like to share them with you. In fact, I was just talking to my good friend Chad about his cycling because I saw a cool video on Reddit about a chainless drivetrain for bicycles. I'm like, hey, Chad, what do you think of this? And then he got suspicious of me trying to infiltrate his elite club or something, but I was just trying to be a good friend and take an interest in something that he cares about. And I would like to do that for all of you. God, that thing's big. I mean, let's look. I mean, wow. We don't even have it built up all the way. This is a miniature. I guess it is a miniature bunker. Next, we put the guns on the side. My options are the cool metal looking ones, which is what I'm going to go with. So those are F13. There should be 8 of them. So it looks like, oh no, F13 is going to be Meltas, flamethrowers. I don't want flamethrowers. So we're going to go with bolters, because that's what I want. That's called an audible, or flip-flopping, changing your mind. Whatever you would like to call it. And honestly, I don't know enough about the game. Maybe somebody can chime in. Does having the one model of gun in the game mean you can't use the other one if you choose and declare that beforehand? I know there is some people that do, instead of gluing these optional parts on, they use magnets, and that way they're interchangeable, which is kind of cool. I think. I think a lot of things are cool. I think you're cool. And you can't stop me from thinking that. So, suck it. Four more of these little guys. I'm definitely going to have to do a little snip snip to flatten the backs out. Make sure they glue down properly. Uh-oh. Caught it. That's the, I guess, difficulty with working with miniatures is they can disappear rather easily if you're not careful. And I'm about as clumsy as they come. So, yeah. Uno más. That was Spanish for one more. All right. We got our bolters out. Looks like my glue has decided to rebel against me. Weird. Okay. There was this one. Had a little piece on the back that needed shaved off. And guys, when you're doing this, please be careful. I mean, this is a really sharp hobby knife, and I'm likely going to start bleeding on camera. So don't follow in my footsteps. I did it without serious injury to myself or others. That is always the goal. Alright, so these little Shazbots get glued in, 2 on every face. Back to my rebellious glue. Oh, that's awesome looking. You can't quite see it yet, but I'll show you. Oh yes, I will show you. Very happy with this model. Thanks, Stewart. You're a good friend. If anyone else would like to be a good friend, that was Librarian in Phobos armor. Phobos. Just kidding. You're all good friends. If you were bad friends, I wouldn't have you as friends. Because I'm an adult. And not only can I make adult decisions, but I can also do things like eat cold pizza for breakfast. That was this morning. Or decide to have cookies at 11:30 at night because they needed to be eaten. And they're delicious. Definitely need to wash my hands after this. I can feel the super glue on my fingers. Ruh-roh. Okay. Let the bolters dry. Move on to... Oh, we're going to start assembling the top, so this can actually move off to the side while it dries. Beautiful. So, we need F9 and F9. There are two F9s. For anybody wondering, I am using OBS to record this, and I just downloaded Blender to do video editing. And I'm hoping to be able to edit in the intro and outro that Kate lovingly made for me, and put the two videos together, and maybe even add in that picture of the librarian in Phobos armor so I could show you. But I have no skills whatsoever when it comes to video editing. This is all brand new to me. But I'm doing it because not only does it give me incentive to continue with this hobby, but it lets me express myself. And you guys can hear me even though some of you are hundreds, if not thousands of miles away. I don't know if any of you are thousands of miles away. If you are thousands of miles away from Orlando, Florida, hi, konnichiwa, bonjour. Other languages as well. Hola, guten Tag. Next is two F8s, which is this one. I suppose if you had unlimited money, you could have some of these bunkers, multiples, and have them act as terrain. That'd be kind of cool, I think. In my final 2,000 point army, I do intend on having multiples of these because I really like them. I want a second one. But I think more than two might be overkill. Might take up too many points of your 2,000 point army because each one base is 175 points. So taking up essentially a tenth of your army with two bunkers might not be the best idea. Whoa, is this going to actually turn? Like this is the base and it's going to... Guys, the missile turret turns. It turns. That's really cool. Sorry, I'm nerding out a little bit about that. That's really cool. I will say, these Games Workshop minis, the models have been phenomenal. I might explain why they're so expensive. Get what you pay for. And in this case, you get a quality model. I put it in backwards. Okay, so like I was saying, so this is going to be the base of the missile turret, and it's going to slide in right on this, and this has ridges on it, so it's going to click, 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 turn. You just know that while I'm playing, it's got to point. The missiles have to point towards their target. I mean, it's just common courtesy. And then we need... Okay, so that's the turret. 2B adds on F12 and F10. Can't really tell what they are. And I just realized I'm not wearing my glasses, and that might be why I can't tell what they are. I have to get really close like an old man. That's F12. This is F10. Looks to be maybe the targeting computer. Details, my friends. Details. Okay, so if it's this way, this is gonna go on back here. And get some glue on there. So this looks like a little hatch that went on the back. And then this little guy, I don't know how well you can see it. I need a better camera that autofocuses, but it has a couple lenses and lasers. So I would imagine like that's the guidance system. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, next up, so we need 2 F-15s, not the jet. Though if you have 2 F-15s, let me know. I might know a guy who knows a guy who would want an F-15. And I'm the guy in both instances. I'm the guy who knows the guy. And the guy is me. Not that I can fly. Or really would want to learn because I'm kind of scared of heights. I get nervous every time I'm in a plane. If you haven't seen it, because that brings up John Mulaney, sometimes I get nervous on airplanes. It's a great bit. Highly recommend it. It's from his New in Town stand-up. John Mulaney in general is just awesome. The Salt and Pepper Diner. Go ahead and YouTube that. So that, and then I also need F11. F11, if you're not aware, will full screen your browser window. So if you think, hey, it'd be cool if I could see more of what he's doing, go ahead and hit F11. And then you're going to be like, no, I can't give it out. You suck. And just hit F11 again. Okay, these guys go... And that little hatch we put is actually these antennae. Super cool. I dig it. And this guy goes right there. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We've got a bunker, the top, but we need missiles. Oh, I missed a part. F-16, also a pretty good jet. Little pistons. Tiny, tiny pieces. Teeny tiny. See, this is where like subassembly would come in handy. These tiny pieces probably should be painted before I glue them in. But since I don't know the overall paint scheme that I'm going to go with, or what they're supposed to look like, because I'm not copying the box or a video or anything, I would have to put it all together, visualize it, and maybe make notes or print blueprints, I guess. Make copies of this and point out things, but I am not quite that ready, as it were. Let's build some missiles, guys. Dear NSA listening to this, when I say build some missiles, what I mean is missile turrets for this Warhammer 40k Hammerfall Bunker. But if you would like to visit, please wear a mask. I mean, if you're going to be here, mask it up. That was F-18. I need an F-17. Oh, F-17 has this big goober on it. Oh, I guess that makes sense. That's how it connects to this thing. Okay, I keep saying the word missile, and I keep thinking back to some classic internet. It's a Flash video from Newgrounds called The End. Fires the missiles, but I am late tired. Fine, have a nap. Then fires the missiles. It's funny, I promise. Alright. It wants glue here, and here, and glue here, here, and here. Yeah, sehr gut. Dude, why aren't you going together? There we go. Aha. There's a little pokey bit stopping it from going together. Nobody likes a bad pokey bit. Do you have any pokey bits? Sure enough. See, we have learned from our mistake and realize that there are pokey bits that need to come off. Also, I believe that's going to be my campaign slogan. Nobody likes a bad Pokebit. I don't know what I'm running for, but if I do, guaranteed, that is my campaign slogan. Down with Pokebits. Wow, this recording's up to 40 minutes. It's going to be a long video, guys. Thanks for sticking it out. I appreciate you. And then we take F19 and we fill... We complete the circle, as it were. Definitely don't want you guys listening to dead air. So I will continue talking, and you'll continue listening, because that's why you're here. Most of you have probably signed off. So for those, hey, it has an arrow that says front. For those of you that are still here, I appreciate you. Okay. So this guy and this guy are going to go together in some fashion. That seems right. So we want glue here, and here, and here, and here. Down with Pokebits. Missile Pod 1. Now we need Missile Pod 2. Did I do that wrong? Yeah. Missile pods. They're missing something. Oh, that's cool. And what they are missing is missiles. We're almost done, I promise. And you can go back to binge watching Real Housewives of the Shire or whatever it is. Not lying, I would actually watch the Real Housewives of the Shire. I think that'd be hilarious. Real Housewives of Rivendell. I have good ideas. Why won't anybody hire me? Probably because I haven't asked or written anything. Oh no! That's what needs to come off. All right. So. Beautiful. "'Tis a work of art," methinks. Missiles. And this one's the front. So the missiles shoot out of here. And then you get the exhaust on the back. Where'd the piece go? Ah, aha. Told you they run away. And now we're going to cover this in glue. Why, you say? Because it's going to go in here. And the missiles go up and down, guys. Needs to dry first. But still, they go up and down, guys. That's so cool. Missile pod. Why is there this down here? I was just showing you the other side. Oh. Two last things to do, I guess. We have some decoration. Some extra bits on here that I might use for bases on my other models. Okay. So, there we go. I gotta put the skull with wings on here. And this is the part I don't like because this is freeform. I'm going to get it wrong. Like I just did. It actually goes up here. Alright, and the very last thing to finish Mechagodzilla. Is it not supposed to go down any further? Suppose not. Here we are. One Hammerfall Bunker compared to a simple Astartes Space Marine. Pretty cool, you guys. Tell me what you think. And there'll definitely be a future video where we paint this thing. Until next time, don't forget to love each other and yourself. But not like, I'm not telling you to love yourself. No judgment, but I just mean, take care of yourself. Bye.